At one point, I wanted so badly to run track, and I let that be my identity at times. But at one point, disappointment though hit me, and it felt like rejection, and it felt like pain, and it felt like trauma. But it wasn't that God brought me this far just for me to fall apart, but God brought me this far to see that there's so much more than where I'm at right now. Let's go ahead and get into the next episode. Yo, what is good, everybody, man? Welcome back to another Kids Room Podcast episode, bruh. Hopefully y'all feeling loved and blessed as always, man. Once again, bruh, I faced pain and rejection and turmoil at some point in my life about 2 or 3 years ago. Really, man, almost 4 years ago now, bruh. It seems like yesterday. I was doing something that I loved, something that I really cherished in life that I did for a few years, right? It wasn't my entire life. It wasn't since I was little that I ran track. It was something that I came across because football wasn't working out and neither was basketball. But the thing was that took me off. It wasn't that I was even good at it. It was the fact that I worked so hard at it, I forgot about even trying to be good. I just wanted to work harder than everybody else. I wanted my opportunity to last. But a few years later, let's skip down the timeline as I am trying to run again. And I run, and you never know when it's your last, right? I wasn't thinking of that at the time. But when I tore my Achilles, when I had an injury that didn't allow me to come back like that, didn't allow me to come back within 2 or 3 weeks, it made me think of rejection differently. It made me think of disappointment differently. What we don't see is that disappointment is redirected by God. God is trying to redirect you, redirect myself, even in these moments, because of what is to come, because of the plans that he has for you, because of the mission or the purpose that he has for you. Disappointment isn't something that is that isn't rejection. It is protection. What we don't see ahead of us is what we cannot consider in the plan on why we are going through what we are going through. Well, remember what I said in a previous video. Sometimes, right, things have to happen before you happen in order for things to happen. Michael Jordan, he had to be cut from the basketball team before he went to the NBA in order for him to get the Jordan brand and become one of the greatest players or the greatest player of all time. But things had to happen and before he happened in order for things to happen. Don't miss that. We also see in Joseph, when I read the book of Joseph, right? But before I say that, I went into the scripture of Romans chapter 8, verses 28. And what does that even talk about? We know that all things work together for good to those who love God, to those who are called according to his purpose. That's when I had to make a podcast and do all these things. It wasn't because of this verse. It wasn't actually when I started really looking at this verse a couple years later after I created the podcast. I would have never created the podcast. I never would have started YouTube. I never would have probably seen my family differently. I would have never thought the way that I'm thinking now. I would never would have started coming into realization and being in the place that I'm living and doing all these things if I never tore my Achilles, if I never faced rejection. And then now I see it as protection. I had to have something happen before so then I can happen now. So then later in the near future, many things more can come of it. But God saw that first in me. Same thing with Joseph, right? If he never goes to Egypt, he never goes to prison. If he never goes to prison, he never interprets the dreams. And then if he never interprets the dreams, then he never meets Pharaoh. And if he never met Pharaoh, he never becomes second in command and saves the entire nation. Yes, it took years. Yes, it took a lot of time. But it wasn't disappointment. It was direction. What we see in today's time is a lot of things that people might be redirected and it's breaking you rather than building you. Whatever it is trying to break you in this time, God allowed it because he wants it to build you. Remember, it is things that have to happen before, the things that have to break you in order to make you. So for things can be able to take you, right? things like opportunities, relationship, things that can take you into the right direction. So don't miss that. Doors are closed, people leave, and some opportunities fall through just for them to actually make it through in the end. I appreciate y'all for tapping in with me on this one, bruh. I hope that y'all can help me out and like, comment, and subscribe on the channel, bruh. Let's grow together. Let's build together. And I'm going to catch y'all on the next one.